Comrade Mnangagwa, we don't want democracy. We want a dictator. Yeah. Dictate the right thing. Make that. You see what Mugabe did on the land issue? That's the resolution. Okay, no, the police does not agree. Police, vote. Legislate it. It's not official. You need that radical movement to democracy. Look in your history, Ola. You are a young man. Look in your history. Show me one civilization that was built by democracy. One. Kunongoda leader nongosumuka endafana kwasutsiwa so slow uchita zvakanaka
without ease and chaites tatomirira bana
chato ibhoko chakasumuka zuro last week Botswana ukai nyanya matenda ndinongona makore 3 zvinondikamirira kuti muchaita maelection mukuvhota mugoita matenda nguva yanenge yapera ndikumbira kumbuti awo the whole government is now shaking put the policy the government exactly. I want to implement. Look at let's fan. Look at what Troy has done in 3 years. He went into the government. There was no pen in the Reserve Bank. Grabbed the gold mines. Look at the development he has done in less than 3 years.
In that
from
country.
Infrastructure to production to agriculture, even aeroplane manufacturing and car electronics. What? The whole economy is running. All in favor say aye. All in favor say aye. There's too much organization. So a leader who is purposeful, who is clear on vision, who can see what they want to do, implement it. We would have conversations later. It's very radical. And I wish this particular clip Honorable Emerson Mnangagwa can listen to, particularly my own president in this country. I want to give him full authority to take this clip and play it over and over again until it sinks. The Traore model, the Boko model in Botswana, where a government must not be embarrassed to do business directly. Take all the mines of critical resources of a country. Convert your ministries into a productive business unit, what you call SOEs, state-owned enterprises, where the government can mine uranium, can mine platinum. Visai wana Zimplats up. The government must own the platinum in the country directly and sell it directly and make profit and cut off taxes away from the people. Be profitable with the resources of a country. Traore has done it. In the country, they don't pay tax. Why? Because the gold, the government is selling the gold. Saka imimiza urumende kana mkati coal ndenyu, uranium ndenyu, platinum ndenyu, chrome ndenyu. Mkati bade za very taxi yejima radio. Shantunga titi misi kwa murudungu. Kwa I must pay a license for a radio. Are you not embarrassed as a government that you have so much resources and we give you power as government to beneficiate these resources? What is $30? The government must become an active business partner. Botswana is taking over its own diamonds. And once the government has money, then they reduce on taxes. You are allowed as government to own state resources, critical state resources. And it's something that I'm willing to mobilize. And mobilize the community is not a crime. Out of the 82 minerals that are key in Zimbabwe, 416 total, 82 are critical in the world. That of those 82, if we can identify 20 key ones, uranium, chrome, platinum, gold, diamonds, and we create our own government as a business unit to dig these things and sell them. Cut off the Chinamen and middlemen who are giving you 5-10%.
Yeah.
Why have half a loaf is better than nothing when you can have the whole loaf? Are you happy to be waiting for more miracle poor change over your own resources? I say no. We did not fight for these Chinese to come and be taking lithium in Bikita. We need to own our resources. We trade with it on the international market at the true value. We make profit for ourselves. Look at UEA. For you simply to be born as a Dubai, you're a millionaire. Why? Because the oil is in the national state reserve, and every citizen has a right to having shares into that. The Mutapa Trust, which they've built so far, must now take all the key resources of the country in terms of minerals, create a business model, put the money into the Mutapa Trust. Every citizen in Zimbabwe must get money from that trust.
Should benefit
without even going to work, man. Other countries are doing it. What's wrong with us? What's wrong with mune nhamo yeshuku yoburombo mapuwa zvinhu zvakawanda nemari nezvichekwa zvakawanda, but you still claim poverty because your leadership sense. Don't try to massage a colonial system. It does not work. Interrupt, destabilize the colonial political economic system. It was not built with the benefit of an African. It was built to draw resources and protect a colonial system outside. We need to remodel that model and say, tarima pano, taita masaga matatu mabagwe. Tiri vana vangani, tiri vana vatanhatu, umwe ungature kapi yake. Why are we as Zimbabweans not benefiting from the diamonds, the platinum, the uranium that we have in the country, the chrome and the lithiums, and the golds? Why are we not beneficiating? Because the Chinese people are paying 14% tax. Where is the 80% going?
They're taking it.
You own it, then you cannot send it. But America and Europe has been the biggest thief of IP for the longest of time. You look at all these brands, they are African brands. They're African logos. They're African, even the American dollar. It's a plagiarism. That how can you say you have an American dollar which has a whole Egyptian pyramid on it? Who pays for the IP of the whole Egyptian pyramid that is sitting on your money? You say it's American, but the branding is a stolen African brand. America has not paid a penny to the IP of that. So we can learn as Africans. We can do what we call reverse engineering. Let's buy all these gadgets from outside the country. And I want to challenge all our universities locally. They need to start becoming productive universities. Don't photocopy fools and problems in the society. I hereby apply. I hereby apply. You're increasing problems. Let the universities start producing things. In your laboratory of science, break down this phone to pieces. Dade, we have chrome here. We have lithium here. We have copper here. So what stops Zimbabwe for the first time? The whole professor of engineering and electronics at the University of Zimbabwe. Whole professor. Who can't just produce chimbudzi for us? Chimbudzi phone. As many professor. The whole professor of engineering at the University of Zimbabwe. Who can produce a Land Rover? Chimota. Chongotipo driver. Zimbabwe. I mean, the list goes on and on. Kuma radio, kuma technology, kinda ku nombi, kinda ku ngati teiwo savanhu Zimbabwe. Let's start. University of Science and Technology. Brewer, University of Science and Technology. Show me what technology you've produced. Gimbal, you butter phone. Zimbabwe produced. Simple science.
Exactly.
At least made in Zimbabwe. So our universities must not become a photocopying place of fools and liabilities in the society who are looking for employment. You're increasing the problems. I think universities must be closed down if they're not giving us solutions. Because you are producing more problems into the system. So you're not right?
It's more theory than practical.
Create. Hence, I accepted a call the other day, last week, to become a chancellor of a university in Burundi. We were changing it from a university to an omniversity.
Omniversity?
Yes.
What's the difference between university and omniversity?
The first one is spelling. The first difference is spelling.
Spelling?
Yeah, omni to uni. But uni is one. Omni is all inclusive.
Oh, yeah.
So when I'm teaching you agriculture, I'm already teaching you soil.
Uh-huh.
I'm teaching you the chemistry.
Yeah.
I'm teaching you the products that are coming out of that science.
Yeah.
I'm teaching you the geography. So you don't have to have different departments. One subject. Omni. It actually looks into the composite.
Oh, yeah.
The totality of that.
Okay.
And again, the strategy you're going to be using for that university is that before you enter the university, you need to come up with a problem paper.
Okay.
Take off your shoes, walk in the community, find a problem. When you find the problem, then come and present it to the board.
Okay.
This is a problem. Then we'll give you entrance into the university to say, how are you going to solve
this
that
problem?
So you're going to study for the next 4 years to solve that problem. So if you are going to do a research on potholes, potholes in Zimbabwe, right, sit there. Next 4 years.
You're going to study
how to solve water problem, how to solve potholes, how to solve that. So we need solution-driven academic institutions rather than job-seeking institutions. Those have expired. With all our graduates sitting around in the West and in the North, having spent our fathers' monies.
Yeah.
And the American Britain are complaining that Africa is uneducated, Africa is poor. But the best of our students, you have taken them away. How do you think Africa will ever develop when actually Africa is just a free breeding ground?
We now have a brain drain in Africa.
And then you complain that Africa is not developing. How will it develop when the developed people are in your development?
Yeah.
So we need to start creating institutions that are more solution-driven
It's sad
than problem-creating.
Bishop Maponga,